Ever wonder if vampires fear paperwork? Step into a burning house where boundaries bite back and immortality meets its match.
The house smells like desperation. Sage and salt, symbols chalked on floorboards, a silver knife on the mantelpiece. Amateur hour. I accepted the invitation 3 hours ago. Met Jude at a downtown bar, all purple suede and easy charm, talking about his research. He bought drinks, asked questions, laughed too loud at nothing. Then, want to see my collection? They always invite you in. Now I'm standing in his cluttered Victorian rental, watching him pour wine neither of us will drink. Books everywhere, occult trash. The kind of setup that screams, I read about vampires online and think I'm prepared. Thanks for coming, Jude says, handing me a glass. Most of your kind don't do house calls. Most humans don't survive to request them. He laughs. Actually laughs like I'm joking. There's something off about him. Too relaxed, too comfortable. No fear scent. Just this weird, cheerful energy. Like we're colleagues instead of predator and prey. Maybe he's drugged the wine. Maybe he thinks his symbols will protect him. Humans always assume our vulnerabilities mirror theirs. I drink anyway. So the invitation thing, Jude says, settling into his armchair. That's real? You literally can't come in without permission? Correct. Why? I consider not answering, but why not? He has maybe an hour left. Because homes are claimed space, the boundary between public and private. I can walk any street, enter any public building. But a home belongs to someone. That belonging has power. Huh, he's actually taking notes. And once you're in, the invitation stands until rescinded. Can you leave and come back? Yes. What if the boundary changes? I pause. What? Like, what if someone redefined what counted as inside? The first thread of warning pulls tight in my chest. Boundaries are fixed. Walls, doors. But property lines are just agreements, right? He gestures vaguely. Legal definitions. What are you doing? Me? Nothing. He nods toward the window. Ben's outside. I move to look. There's a man in the yard, young, wearing a cardigan, crouched on the grass with chalk, drawing something. Lines that catch moonlight wrong, bending space at the edges. What is that? Boundary work, Jude says. Ben's really good at it. The lines Ben is drawing glow faintly. Not glow, they're creating edges that shouldn't exist. I was invited in, I say slowly. Yep. So I'm bound by that invitation. Sure are. I turn from the window. What did you do? Jude grins. We're redefining the property. I lunge for him. Jude moves. Fast, wrong, his body blurring in ways human bodies shouldn't. My hand closes on air where his throat was. He's already across the room, still smiling. Oh yeah, he says. Should mention, I'm really hard to kill. I've fought humans before. Hunters, Van Helsings, idiots with crosses and faith. They're all the same. Slow, fragile, afraid. Jude fights like someone who's forgotten fear exists. I come at him low. He blocks with a chair that splinters against my shoulder. I grab his arm, twist, feel bone grind. He just laughs and headbutts me, his skull cracking against mine hard enough to blur my vision. Ow! He staggers back, touching his forehead. Okay, yeah, that one hurt. But he's not bleeding. Isn't slowing down. I throw him into the bookshelf and he crashes through it, books cascading, then just gets up, brushes himself off. You're not human. I mean, technically. He picks up a fallen book, throws it at my head. I bat it away. Long story. Short version, I'm unkillable, which makes me great for this kind of work. Outside, I can see Ben still drawing, still creating whatever boundary he's building, the chalk lines spreading, closing, forming something that makes my instincts scream. I try the door. My hand won't cross the threshold. Not won't, can't. Like hitting glass. I'm trapped inside. Yeah, you're gonna want to not do that, Jude says. Ben's almost done with the outer circle. What outer circle? The one around the property. See, you got invited into the house, but the house is about to be inside a bigger boundary, and you weren't invited past that one. I spin toward him. That's not possible? Ben would disagree. He's very particular about threshold mechanics. The fire starts in the kitchen. I smell gasoline. No, I breathe. Yeah, Jude says. He's heading for the door. Sorry about this. Well, not really. You ate like 6 people this month. Wait. He steps through the threshold, stands on the porch 10 feet away, unreachable. Behind me, flames catch on old wood and stacked paper. I try the window, can't cross. Back door, same. Every exit leads outside the house, but inside whatever Ben drew. I'm trapped in a burning building I can't leave. Hey, Ben, Jude calls. Why can't he leave again? Ben straightens from his chalk work, brushing off his hands. His expression is flat, professional, the look of someone about to deliver a procedure manual. The invitation was accepted under the original threshold parameters, Ben begins, his voice carrying that particular monotone of someone reading from an internal checklist. The entity is bound by the spatial limitations of that invitation. You invited him into the house, defined as interior space bounded by walls, floor, ceiling, and primary entrance threshold. However, the property boundary constitutes a separate and more encompassing threshold system. The flames spread, heat building. I'm coughing, choking on smoke. By establishing a new perimeter around the structure, we created a nested threshold configuration. The vampire is invited past threshold 1, the house, but not threshold 2, the property line. Vampiric locomotion requires invitation-based permission for each distinct threshold. The property boundary now functions as the primary threshold with the house as secondary interior threshold. My skin is burning. Actually burning. Pain like I haven't felt in centuries. Therefore, the entity cannot cross from house to property without permission, despite theoretical ability to cross from house to exterior. The exterior exists only in the 3-foot band between house wall and property line, a technically accessible but functionally useless space. Right, but why doesn't the first invitation count? Jude asks, squinting at the flames. The property threshold was established after the house invitation was accepted. The original invitation doesn't grandfather the entity past the new boundary. This is consistent with nested threshold theory, 14th century precedent, though specific application to overlapping property claims remains a gray area in threshold jurisprudence. I can't hear him anymore, there's only fire. My flesh chars where I'm splits. The pain is everything. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. Share to help the channel grow.